Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Carrie Penny, the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and this is show and tell number 21. First off, I would like to start by thanking all of my new subscribers. There's about 100 of you guys over the last week, so welcome. I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope you enjoy my content. I hope you're going to offer conversation and opinion and everything else. Welcome back to my previous 500 subscribers. I swear you guys, I've been trying to sit down and film for a week now. As I'm sitting here, I realized I forgot to bring up my one finished object. So we'll get through the introduction. I'll talk about my swap and stuff, and then I'm going to have to stop the video, go downstairs, and get my one finished object. Yeah, that just happened. That's the kind of week I've had since I put up my last video. So, anywho, it is 8 o'clock in the morning here. I know a number of y'all have been on the Zoom chat, so you've been getting wonderful views of my neighborhood as I've been walking, looking at the azaleas and the dogwoods and everything's in bloom. So allergies have my entire face red, puffy, and angry. The light is highly diffused, but very pretty. When I turned the camera on, I was like, oh, I look like me today. And because it's 8 o'clock in the morning, that is my first cup of coffee. For 2 days now, I've sat down to film, or meant to sit down to film, and something has gotten in the way every single time. So it was literally wake up, wash up, put on makeup, sit down to film, which is why I forgot my one finished object in a week and a half. So anyway, what I do have with me is my swap with the stash swap Happy Meal that Llama Mama Kayla and Christy's Corner Booth put on. They hosted it. So I got some beautiful lovelies. My swap partner sent me some Karen Party. I can never remember if they're all party or not, because I have the really dark royal purple version, and this is like the dusty purple version. This is grape sparkle. And then she sent me one of the new facets, and she sent me this facet, which I think is gorgeous. Of course, my cat's already got a hold of it. They didn't play with it yet. They just kept knocking it off my desk downstairs. And then she sent me this little crocheted pouch, which is adorable. And it's got a little stitch marker on it. That's the kind where you flip it all the way back. Very sweet. And then she sent me 2 Notions pouches. I think somebody's probably going to end up stealing this one from me. So that was my swap. I did want to quickly discuss first quarter updates for my goals for 2019. I'm kind of stealing Terry over at Yarn Joy's idea of how she kept track or kept you guys updated on where she was for what her goals were. So I have not done brioche yet. I've not done double knitting yet. So those were 2 of the techniques I really wanted to try for the first time. These are all my finished, gone, no leftovers, excuse me, ball band so far. I'll set those there. I've completed 68 Yarny projects. I've completed 3 non-Yarny projects. More on that in a second. So in my 50 pounds of yarn goal, I have used 15.5 pounds of yarn so far this year. I cannot update you on the poundage of non-yarny things yet. My biggest project is not quite finished, which is my Easter cards. I'll probably show you the outsides. Like, the inside is the part that's not done, and I will be putting like panels on the inside. So I can't really even weigh those yet to let you know where we are in that. My cotton usage, I want to use up all my kitchen cotton. I am about 30% down now. I meant to bring the bag up here to show you, but I mean, it literally looks like I've done nothing. I mean, it's kind of sad. Like, I've made something like 25 dishcloths. You would think that there would be a significant dent in that bag. Apparently, I packed that bag a lot better than I thought. I wanted to donate 52 hats. So far, I have donated 21 hats and 3 scarves. Many of y'all found me actually through that hat donation. If you're wanting to see what hats I donated, Billy over at the Crafty Floridian has a video completely dedicated to what I sent her for her YouTubers Hats for Kids program. I wanted to make 6 blankets this year. I have 1 finished and 4 that are in progress. 2 of those that are in progress are 2019 calendar blankets or 2019 project blankets. So I'm not sure where I will end up. I just went into soft focus for some reason. I mean, anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to actually get those finished in 2019 or if they're going to be finished in 2020. I know Jada tends to release her last... Sorry, I got a message and I had to make sure it wasn't important. I know she tends to release her last clue fairly late in the month. Or I think for 2018, she didn't even release the finishing part until the next year. It was like January 1st when she released it. So one may or may not get done, at least. And I think this is the first time the Unraveled Mitten has hosted a year-long cowl like this. So I'm not sure when her final clue will end up being released. Not that it seems to matter right now, because I think she's releasing another pattern today, and I still haven't done the previous 2. I'm still sitting at 4, so I guess I know what I'll be working on this weekend. Socks, nada. My Christmas socks are still sitting at cuffs. Yep. Becky over at Funny Farm Crochet almost completed her first pair of socks. And it's her first pair of socks ever. And I'm still sitting at ankles on mine. So I'm proud of Becky. Disappointed in myself. I have not even looked at doing the Santa hats. So I still have 4 Santa hats left to go. I mean, I feel like I'm falling behind, but I mean, it's April. It's not like there's not a whole lot of year left to go. Did my Happy Mail. All right, I'm gonna go grab my 1 finished object and the 2 big whips, and then we'll sit down to what did I actually do over the last week and a half since I last filmed. But I will be right back. Okay, now that that's over. And I still forgot the yarn bowl. I just walked by it. I just touched the bloody thing. Y'all. I will take a picture and post it on Instagram. My brain is just fried. All right. So, I did work some on the Jada and Stitches blanket from 2017. This is the February blog. And this is the April blog. I am not happy with this way this guy turned out whatsoever. And the funny thing is these two are made identically. I had this positioned way up here, and then she told me to put it down here. And now his face looks all long and wonky, but I ignored her and put his smoot up here and did it from the top, not from the bottom, and he looks much better. So, they look kind of sad. Well, at least the bunny does. And the other thing I did, I haven't attached it to the blanket yet, but I did do I made my sun applique for the Jada and Stitches 2019 blanket. So, my 20-foot long tail for that. Random twill tape. Alright, so now my basket's ready to go back downstairs. So those are my finished objects. But this, my dears, is my finished object. It is, alright, so this is it folded in half. And it's almost my whole wingspan. It is a corner-to-corner stole style wrap. And I used Mikey over at Crochet Corners, or Crochet Crowd's corner-to-corner border, which I'm not sure why that was so hard to find, but it's kind of like the one I kept seeing everybody talk about using, except there were too many chains in there, and for me it always ended up like super duper loopy, and I thought it looked stupid. So like I looked at Mikey's and I'm like, oh, reduce the chains and it doesn't look stupid. Duh. When in doubt, go to Mikey. He knows best. But you can see how that just stays flush right up against the side, so there's no like puckering or anything, and it doesn't create like fake shells because it's so loopy. It's a nice tight border. And it gives it a lot of durability. Ooh. Creative Grandma just uploaded her new video, and it's a Granny Hexie of some sort. So y'all go check out Creative Grandma. I will leave a link to her down below. If you don't already watch her, her channel is awesome. I love the stitches that she shares. She's like watching a Stittionary. I mean, like, her videos are also awesome, but like she does a lot of tutorials just of stitch patterns, and they're awesome. All right, whips. What is actively on my hooks and needles? Well, so my original goal had been to have 20 hats ready to donate before Easter. Obviously, I've already donated 21 hats, so I was kind of already done with my Lenten goal. And I have other things going on that are acts of charity and penance, so I figured I'd go ahead and call my hat project done for Lent. I still have another 25 hats left to go, or 27 hats or whatever. So what I'm going to do now is work down my whip wall. All these whips that I have hanging up on the wall that are 50% or more. Now, anything that is the yarn for a project in a bag that's never been started, I'm not counting that as a whip. And I do have a couple of those. I know I've got like 2 pairs of socks that are like that are primed and ready to go in bags with their needles. But I'm not going to count those towards the whip wall. It's only going to be the things that I actually have started. So I may get in here and realize, oh wait, I'm not as bad off as I thought I was. Or I could get in here and go, holy cow, why is this so bad? I'm not sure yet. But the first whip that was literally on the whip wall that I pulled was my sock head cowl. I mean, I literally feel like I've been working on this forever, but the truth is I do like 2 rows and don't touch it for a month. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw where I was knitting in the dark the other night. We had a power outage, and our power was out from literally minutes after I pulled our dinner off the stove and got it on the plates to bedtime. Our power came back on like 30 minutes before we were going to bed. So the entire night we had no power. So Troy played, my phone was dead. So Troy played audiobooks on his phone. We sat there talking and I knitted on this. He's had the flu. So he was actually pretty like tired. So, but as I'm looking at the size of this and the size of my neck, I mean, let's be honest, I don't have a super long neck. It's not exactly an elegant line that it creates there. I think I'm done building the length on this, because even with how drapey this is, and I do have to say, I'm really loving the drape on this yarn. I mean, it's nice. But I mean, if I'm going to do another 4 inches of ribbing, I probably ought to go ahead and stop here. And I'm at about 8 inches. So I'm stopping 3/4 of the way through the pattern, not, halfway. So I mean, I think it's going to be close enough. But I was just realizing how short my neck is and how much fabric that's going to be around my neck. So it'll just be the ribbing. Once I come back around to my little marker here, it'll just be ribbing from now on. And then I'll do the sock head hat, but since that's not cast on, that doesn't count. Oh, I need to pull these and put that on an extra needle in here. My 32-inch Chow Goose were in here still. These are the Addy Turbos that I'm actually using for this project. I mean, just because I love Chow Goo, that doesn't mean I don't love my Addies too. I do need to, I've got a Haya somewhere, and I really need to give that a shot as well. I know many people love their Hayas. All right. So my big, I've really been spending a lot of time focusing on this crochet whip, aside from 1 out of 3 of the dishcloths for Knit Picks review, is this. And this is Fiber Spider's Glorious Granny. And it's using the Premier Sweet Rolls in Wild Cherry. I already had quite a few in this color. I thought I only had 2 or 3, but apparently I have more in hiding. But Dana over at Tabitha's Treasures, she liked my adult size barley hat. So I sent her the hat. I told her she didn't have to pay for it. And she liked, well, I figured I'd send her the scarf to go with it. She's been wearing it a lot. I don't know how familiar y'all are about what's going on in the South with our weather, but we went from having highs in the 80s, and in 24 hours we were lows of 36. And we actually, they said it was going to be a low of 36 one night, and we actually got down to 31 is what we got down to. It started raining overnight, and they kept over towards where Becky at Funny Farm lives in North Carolina. They were actually getting the big, wet, stopping snowflakes, and they were just falling and falling and falling, and then it filtered into normal snowflakes for a while, and then big, wet ones. We got wintry mix, and our weather didn't even catch that there was snow mixed in about half the time. I left the house at 9 and kept seeing these big white, it kind of looked like softballs shooting through my vision. I was starting to think I was seeing things, and they would shoot past my vision. And then one finally landed. I'd opened my car door, and one landed on the door. I'm like, that is a snowflake. That is a big wet, there's the ones that almost go when they hit. Yeah, there was snowflakes in our rain. I kept thinking I was hearing sleet earlier. But no. It was too warm for it to snow here. Anyway, yeah. It's April, people. And we just got wintry mix. And we're back up to like highs in 77, 80. But yeah, in 48 hours, we went from 80 degrees to snow. So, we have discussed my whips. We have discussed my FO. Y'all want to know something fun? I bought myself a prize for when I'm done working down my whip wall. This is my one acquisition. I mean, I bought some paper pads on double off clearance. It was 50% off red tag clearance at Joann's the other day for paper crafting. So I did buy a couple paper pads while I was there. Well, I kind of specifically went out to go there. But, so, y'all know, one of my favorite podcasts to watch is Ross, the Smell Like Yarn podcast. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And Ross and I share a lot of things in common. We love to knit. We love 90s Nicktoons, which I'm about to have an acquisition to share related to that. I cannot wait. I just got tracking notification. It finally shipped. I am over the moon. We also share some of the same taste in music. But most importantly, you guys, we love wild, bright, crazy colored yarns. And when he showed these the other day, I just about lost it. This is probably a little bit more his flavor. I thought this would just make excellent hats for kids. And you know, he can be modest and just buy one of each. I couldn't. I bought 2 of everything I wanted. I did not buy 2 of everything though. But I did buy 5 colors. So we have this one first up. And this is, by the way, the Roll With It Tweed is one of these. There we go. Roll With It Tweed by Red Heart. I did have to order this directly from Coats & Clark. But this colorway is neon. It's kind of like Candy Shop with a twist. I'm loving it. And it's very, very soft. It's got that same brushed acrylic feeling. It's got air in the ply. Very, very nice. This one I'm really excited about. This one is called Wildflower. How pretty. And just that little shot of yellow in there just makes it pop. You guys, I bought myself a prize. So this one is Violet. Ugh. This one is Popular Pink. Or Rose Populaire. I just, oh, come on. You know that's going to be something for me. And just for the record, somebody said they were going to try to be like Carrie and hold yarn up to their face. The reason why I hold yarn up to my face, number 1, is I love the way it feels. And number 2, when I do that, generally it's a color that is very complementary to my skin tone. Like purples, pinks, aquas. And they make my skin look very bright versus holding up a yellow, which makes me look kind of sick. So that is why I hold things up to my face a lot. It's not just that I love the way it feels. I love the color, and I love the way the color makes me feel, and I love the way the color makes me look. But yes, so the final color that I got, this is Berry Blush. Aw, I got a split label already. That's a slit label. So yes, I am a very happy girl. I'll blame Ross. I'm very excited with these colors. I am very pleased with the way they look. I love the way they feel. Like I've said before, Red Heart is really upping their game in the quality of the yarn that they are offering and selling now. I recommend not just looking at them at Walmart. I would go to the Red Heart website because a lot of these aren't sold in stores. And particularly when I did the high-end Red Heart review, none of those are offered in store. I've only ever seen those online. So I would recommend checking out their website and looking to see what they offer as a whole. Because their product line is far more extensive than you realize. Now, these were a new release, and I would not have known about these for another probably a couple months had Ross not bought some and I saw them in his haul. So once again, like I said, we can all blame Ross. But yeah, so that's that. I did have one other thing, and I forgot to mention it when I had my glorious granny blanket out. So, I am a pattern person. I am not a video tutorial person. I find video tutorials to be the most frustrating thing to get to through most of the time. Because I kind of want to scream, get to the point! Get to the point! However, I cannot speak to his other tutorials, but, and look at it from the back. I mean, it's still, I mean, it's a beautiful granny square on the back. Fiber Spiders tutorials are not annoying, or at least this one isn't. Really? Is that necessary? Somebody's outside beeping a horn like a teenager waiting on a date. I wouldn't say he's quick to the... He's not quick to watch. He's very much to the point, but he takes you all the way through the round. So his tutorials, I mean, like the tutorial for this is an hour long, and it gets you through your first couple, like your setup rounds, and then your first couple rounds of the pattern until you kind of have it ingrained in your memory, or you can literally just bounce it back 30 seconds and find the start of a new round to figure out what you were doing. I have not watched the end of it, which is the border yet. And I'm still not sure how far I'm going to go with this. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this as a baby blanket size or if I'm going to make it people sized, but, big people sized. But if you're looking for somebody, if you're like me and you're totally written patterns ready to go, just tell me what to do. There's so many things out there that are being designed as video tutorial only. I mean, it's one of the frustrations I've had with a lot of the Jada stuff is I have to watch a video tutorial, or like for this cowl, I have to buy each block at $5 a block. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't do it in 2017. But so far, I really like Fiber Spiders tutorial style. It is beginners friendly, but it's also advanced friendly. So if you're an advanced crocheter and you want to make something that he's showing, don't pull away from him thinking that it's going to make you want to smack your head on the desk repeatedly. Because he does do a very nice job. It is a video tutorial. It is slower than just reading it yourself, but it's also very easy to see the transition. So like I actually crochet faster than he does in the video. So you could either speed the video up during those sections, pause it if he starts to get ahead of you. Or you can do what I did, which was play it as you go around, skip, 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 and then start with the next round. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to go over. Oh, yes, there is. So I'm over 500 subscribers, you guys. Comment down below. And I want to know how long you have been knitting and crocheting. What you're going to be getting is a huge box of yarn. So far, there is one of each color of the rainbow. There is a brown faux fur in it. And there is a different blue-green novelty yarn in it. If you do not like novelty yarn at all, don't enter. I want this to go to a home where it's going to be enjoyed. There's a variety of things that are in there, from nylon, wool, acrylic, size 1 through size 5. There's a little bit of everything in the box. I'm not going to show you everything in the box. I will tell you the faux fur that I put in there, though, is a faux fur that I actually like using. I use it as a carry along when I do stuffed animals or like the furry bands on my Santa hats. It isn't such a furry, eyelashy yarn that it gets knotted and mangled. But it still gives a nice fuzzy texture to your finished fabric. So there is a reason why it's in there. Fintex no longer makes that style, so it's no longer available. So it is kind of a, do I really want to give this away? But we are going to, I'm going to leave this open until Easter Sunday. So you have a little less than 2 weeks to comment down below. Just tell me how long you've been knitting and or crocheting. If you do both, I'd love to know how long you've been doing both. I've been crocheting for 30 years, almost 31 years now. And I have been knitting for, I think I figured it up as 12 years. I'll have to go back on Ravelry and check. But yeah, I want to know how long you've been doing it, and that's all you have to tell me. So we're over 30 minutes now. I'm going to cut it short. You had to bear through the whole thing to get to the giveaway. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And hopefully next week I'll have something more exciting to show you other than what I got done this week. Take care, and I will see you guys real soon. Thank you so much for coming and joining, and thank you so much for being a part of my community and my channel. I hope you realize how much it means to me that so many of you guys come back and watch me every week when I upload. I absolutely cannot believe that so many of y'all are interested in what I make and what I do and what I have to say about things. So I'm absolutely blown away, and I have gotten some personal emails that have told me that my reviews on some of the subscription boxes and yarn have helped them in making decisions. So I'm glad that I'm at least providing content with information that has been useful for you guys. If you have any ideas of something you would like my opinion on, please also feel free to comment that down below, and I cannot wait to see what you guys have to share. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye. Y'all, really, my camera is not taking the off. Is it Monday? Are we like Groundhog Daying it over here and it's Monday again? All right. Take it easy, guys. All right, so I know I said I was just going to post pictures of this on Instagram a few minutes ago, but no. Y'all deserve to see this. This is my new yarn bowl. It is ceramic. It is by Kyle Smith Pottery. And they are local to South Carolina. I did pick this up here in Columbia at the Soda City Market. But I wanted to share with you guys, I mean, it's got a nice weight, so it's going to be beautiful to keep, you know, actually on a tabletop. So here's their business card. One of the reasons why I wanted to share is I know a lot of you guys have a love of functional. And I'll be honest, I mean, the price was incredibly reasonable. Actually cheaper than a lot of the prefab, boring, big box stuff that you can find out there. So I highly recommend checking out the Etsy store. I'm not sure if he has the yarn bowls up on the Etsy shop or not. But, yeah, I love the beautiful simplicity. If I end up needing another bowl, I don't think the green is really showing up in the bottom of the bowl as beautifully as it is. But he also makes one in green. I wanted the blue. But yeah, you guys, go ahead and check them out. I mean, his other stuff is absolutely beautiful too. I mean, this isn't just by the yarn bowl. Everything about his pottery is beautiful and functional, and I mean, it's meant to be used. And I know as crafters, a lot of us have that problem with other people buying our work, or when we gift our things to people, you know, people don't want to use our stuff because they think everything is heirloom quality and should never be used. But the truth is, we as crafters make our stuff to be used. Baby blankets, hats, scarves, socks, anything we make for another person, we intend for it to be used. And, you know, it's one of the things that I really love about Kyle Smith pottery is it's beautiful. It is simple, but it is made specifically to be used. It has a function. He even calls it producing fine art and functional pottery. So check him out, you guys, if you're in the market for anything pottery related. He's got some beautiful ornaments that I've seen in person. Of course, I love the yarn bowl. There's the pitcher, the big like milk jug pitcher. Very, very pretty. So you guys go check him out. Bye-bye.